Hi there. This short video really is just to support the launch of the new scorecard at Abergele Golf Club. We obviously run out periodically and have a routine reprint. On this occasion, there have been some changes as a result of the new World Handicap System. We were given permission to continue using our old cards so that we could use up the stock, and we're virtually out of stock of the old cards now. So the new card will be launched on Monday, the 1st of November, hoping that the final bit of stock that we've got will last until then. But fortunately, we're outside the main season for qualifying competitions. So off we go. This is the front cover of the new card. We took the opportunity to just refresh the image since we've had a lot of good digital photography of the golf course since the last time the cards were printed. So nothing really remarkable to say about this, but you should perhaps some of you will notice the new cover. On the inside, the main part of the card layout has stayed pretty much the same, so you should all be familiar with most of the areas of this card. I just want to point out two things. Up at the top, there's a new header section, and I'll be explaining that on the next slide. So new header section, and then down at the bottom, there are new stroke indices for the ladies back nine that was requested by the ladies section. So ladies need to take note that when you're playing a Stableford competition, what you score will change on the back nine because the stroke indexes have changed on the back nine. Also, if you're putting a card in for handicap purposes, then the way you're allocated shots on each of the holes will obviously change in that software, and so that will be taken into account in when you play on the new handicap index on the new card on the revised course layout in the software. So moving on to talk about the new header section. As before, the competition name or description at the top, the date and time as before. Then we've got space for up to 4 players. But then towards the right hand side of that top section, you'll see we've now got 3 columns: handicap index, course handicap, and playing handicap. And then over on the right hand side, we've got 3 check boxes to enable you to record which tees you played off. This is particularly important if you're handing cards in for handicap purposes, because the person that's putting that card in needs to know which set of tees you played off in order to correctly record your scorecard in the system. So let's just see it filled out then. So I'll fill it out with my name at the top there in player A, my handicap index, which I get from my profile in How Did I Do, or from the Wales Golf application, or logging on to the Wales Golf website for your own individual profile. So your handicap index goes in that first box. To turn that into your course handicap, I hope most of you are now familiar with this process. You would go and look it up on the big display board. You need to know which tees you're playing off, and if I was playing off yellows, my handicap index of 23.2 would be a course handicap of 24. And then finally, your playing handicap. If you're just out with a couple of mates and you're just playing a round with a 4-ball, your playing handicap is identical to your course handicap. But if you're in an organised competition or a special competition format, then there will be an adjustment made, a percentage adjustment made. And for normal Saturday competitions, normal individual golf competitions, it's a 95% allowance. So that would reduce my course handicap of 24 back down to a playing handicap of 23. If you're in an organised competition that's been set up on How Did I Do, you will also get your playing handicap in brackets next to your name on the start sheet in the software, or if one's been printed, then it will be on the printed start sheet, and that is your playing handicap. So hope you've got that. Anyone got any difficulty with this issue, then please get in touch with me. And then finally, as I said before, I said I was going to play on the yellow tees, so I would just put a little cross in that box in the yellow section on the right hand side there. So that's the new header section. Moving on, at the bottom of the card, this is where we used to have ABC on every green. As you know, now we are putting a display at the notice board on the first where the actual pin position is shown for each of the greens. So if you wish to, you can go and look at that on the first tee, and then you can use your pen or pencil to mark for yourself where each of the pin positions are on each of the greens, just to help you with judging distances when you're out on the course. So that's that part, straightforward, I think. On the back, we've still got the course map, largely unchanged. The only changes here is we've got an indication of where the automatic external defibrillator is, basically in that slot between the 13th, 14th and 15th. It's on the wall of the greenkeepers building, and for that you would need a code if you ever needed it, and the defib code is printed on the bottom of that course map. So C for Charlie 159X for X-ray, C159X. There is also a defibrillator in the main entrance hall of the clubhouse. That one does not need a code. So the only change here is the defib shown on the course adjacent to the or in between the 14th and 15th. And then finally, the local rules have been just updated. I'm not going to draw attention to any specific updates here. They've always been on the back of the card, and Ian Lloyd looks after those, and he just made a few changes on this print run. So just to summarise then, the main changes coming up, we've got the new header section. It's important you fill that out. Hopefully it helps you get into your head the handicap index, the course handicap and the playing handicap. Those three different numbers, with the playing handicap depending on your competition, your course handicap you get from the big wall chart, and your handicap index, that's your base handicap index from your How Did I Do profile or from the Wales Golf app or website. And then new stroke indices for the ladies back nine. As I said, it's important for ladies to check carefully, as the Stableford scores will change according to the stroke index, and so will the handicap allowances for handicap calculations, but that's all done in the software. And then finally, implementation date. New cards should be available from the Pro Shop and also put in the locker rooms, ready for Monday the 1st of November. So I hope that's all straightforward. If there are any queries or questions or any other issues related to World Handicap System, I'm happy to help anybody. Happy to try and answer any of your questions. If you want to drop me a text on that number, 07900 908 406. Thanks very much. Take care and enjoy your golf. Bye now.